We all have that feeling that somebody's watching us. Now, this thing that watched me when I was sleeping, I couldn't believe it. And I was little. I had a weird imagination, but it felt so real. Now, when I was younger, my parents used to come into my room and put the blanket over me and give me a kiss on my forehead. Now, that was the best part of my life. But one night, my dad's getting ready for work, and suddenly my blanket starts going up. Now, I always open my eyes when I was little to see who was doing that to me and pretend I was still asleep. But it was a little kid. He was about 4 feet. And he was pulling the blankets over me. I screamed. I screamed from the top of my lungs, calling my dad or my mom, whichever one was closer. And I covered myself up with the blankets, rolling around, trying to figure out, is this such a dream? Is this such a dream? I poked my head out again, and I seen the little kid sitting on a stump. Well, sitting on a little stair where my bed is. My dad comes rushing in and turns on the light, and poof, the kid was gone. I couldn't believe my eyes. I told my dad something was right there, right where he was standing at. My dad looked around and just chuckled. He told me I was just imagine it, seeing things, basically from seeing things at night. He told me my ADHD might have been kicking in when I was sleeping, so I might as well just get it over with. Years went by, and I haven't seen it. But one day, I was playing with my nephews and my friends. And we were playing tag. Now, my friend said if he could use the restroom, and I said okay. Me and my nephews were still playing tag, and they ran inside because they were thirsty. So I was waiting outside. All of a sudden, I see this thing, this boy, whatever it was, run from my room. Now, I have no room right by the wall, but it ran out into the yard. I looked at the back of the head. A hole. A gaping hole, like a shotgun has blown through it. Brain matter on the back of his neck, and blood on his shirt. A little bit of hair coming up the hole, but not so much. So much where you could see the brain. It looked back at me and smiled, with a hole in the middle of its skull, and its left eye hanging out. I was startled. I just stared at it. My friend came back, tapped me on the shoulders, and told me if everything was alright. I jumped a little bit and looked at him, told him everything's fine. But I kept looking back at my neighbor's yard. Kept looking back at their garage. Whoa, was I going crazy? Or was it just my imagination again? I can't really say nothing anymore. But Every time I go to sleep, I see it. Just standing at my bed, smiling, chuckling, knowing for a fact that it knows I'm scared of it. I can't sleep in my room anymore because of that thing. I now sleep in the living room because I'm too scared to go near my room. Even at night, I really can't see it. Can't stand it anymore. I look towards my room and there it is, standing at my door, waiting for me, wanting me to come back to my room. I can't even walk by my room. I have to run past it to get to the front door. This bad head, those eyes,